Hi guys, I'm playing My Little Dentist. My brother got this game on us, so I'm just gonna play it. Let's go to number 1. Oh, sorry, there's a lot of ads on this. Oh, man, you gotta. Did you floss? Okay, let's see what this does. This should do. Okay. Got me the weight. There we go. Ew, don't eat that. How do you eat that? Here, don't. Teeth all messed up. Out. No! No. Jeez. Let's go for it. Okay. Girl. I know you're going through puberty, but why the pimples in your mouth? This is gross. You're gonna pop these pimples. Subject. What the? Ew. Would that hurt? No. 6. Okay. Man, going through a lot of stuff. Okay, so messed up teeth. Really good. Yeah. You expect me to wave a wand around? You're not. I'm a magician. Oh, okay, you got sharp teeth. Right. Please don't bite me. I'm gonna have to do open the chipboard up there. I'm gonna just blow in the water. No! let's put some. Okay, let's watch some YouTube. Okay. Let's watch everything as your work. Everything with.
I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet.
Wait, multiple people are interviewing Ed for this underground boxing ring? How big of a market is there for like this? It's like 30 people in the audience here. Discount Conor McGregor. 3 seconds of unfocused backstory, which is probably a metaphor for something. Jenny Pogusky looks like she's training to go up against Tiana Taylor from Kanye's Fade video. And I'm not saying I wouldn't pay to see that match.
The club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go.
These lyrics about drunkenly hooking up are sung while a woman aggressively exercises. Also, using the word lover in a song in 2017? Jesus. Is he using Woody Allen dialogue for this?
Take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance.
Ed now wants to dance, but had just said he wanted to be at a bar instead of a club. Damn, dude, clubs do have bars too. Also, seriously, has this song even met this video? I realize they're just sparring, but this guy is like 150 pounds heavier than this woman, and they're not even using pads. This gym should be shut the hell down. Ed finds this locker occupied and moves on. Fine, but why the hell did the girl feel the need to hang a picture of an empty gym in her temporary locker? Ed, who's playing a grizzled, chiseled boxer in this video, is nearly taken out by a gently opening locker door. To impress this gal on their first date, Ed mimics the exact thing they were doing less than 10 minutes ago. I know all the Cheerios out there were eagerly waiting for the Ed eats a massive amount of fried chicken portion of the video, and thankfully they were appeased. Trust me, there's nothing worse than an unappeased mass of Cheerios.
We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour.
That's racist. This gym humping takes place sometime during the middle of the day, but there's no one around to see these two going at it. Shouldn't there be at least a spotter involved? We interrupt this sexy time to briefly practice the kid and play dance. Also, Ed couldn't dodge a locker door 1 minute ago, but Jenny is now willingly accepting his rudimentary footwork training. This is cute and all, but sparring right next to a moving train's not cool. Jenny's already cold-cocked Ed with a locker door. If she gets a lucky shot to his jaw, he'll tumble his ginger ass right onto the tracks. Ew. This photograph literally means nothing, but for the moment it will pretend to be a plot device.
Last night you were in my room, and my bedsheets smell like you.
This song is written in the second person, so why does Ed need to remind this woman she slept in his room last night? If she were that drunk, that brings up a whole other set of questions. Damn, dude, you guys have been together for like a week before she decided to bounce out of town. Given Ed's roid-ragey reaction, she made the right call.
I'm in love with your body.
Based on the amount of close-ups in this video, it's clear Ed is singing about his own body. I haven't seen this much masturbatory workout footage since Batman v Superman. In a seldom discussed constitutional amendment, any training montage from 2016 onward is obligated to include CrossFit. And in the immortal battle between hobbits and trains, hobbits finally gain the upper hand. Not only is this a little gross, it's also impractical. There's no way she has the same tooth and jaw shape as Ed, so this mouthpiece will be flopping out during the whole match. More shadowboxing. To get Ed properly fired up for the match, his buddies apparently give him a pep talk, steroid injections, and an 8-ball. Then they administer the nipple clamps. The video for this song about sex and young love doesn't feature much sex and young love, but it does feature an absurd sumo wrestling match. Are you not entertained? Is Ed freaked more out that he has to fight a sumo wrestler, or the possibility that this sumo wrestler heard his sweet and sour joke earlier? This is a funny sight gag, but it throws into sharp relief the fact that this video has no point. I've lost all sense of what kind of atmosphere this video is going for. Is it farce? Coming of age? A love story? That's right, Ed's love interest returned right in time to witness his abject humiliation. Also, where the hell did she go? There was a brief shot of her on a boat to somewhere, and she left a photograph of something. And now she's back for some reason. It's like this video forgot how to video 3/4 of the way through. 11 seconds of unfunny outtake. 11 additional seconds of credits.
Okay, get some hilarious. Okay. Record myself sleeping, and this happened. Caught on camera.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is Up, and today I'm back here with a brand new video, and I have something pretty awesome to show you guys. So let me show you guys the video. Alright, guys, so check it out. I have it opened up here in my editing software, and basically I kind of marked down the points at which stuff happens. So there's quite a few points here that I'm going to show off. And yeah, so what I basically
So
did is I
cute.
set up
Waking
my
up, going to get a
webcam
drink and
right
don't
to
remember
point
it.
at my bed, and I'll show
Because
you
you're
guys how I
drunk.
did this real quick here. But
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I have it here. I have to change with like the brightness and contrast so you guys can see it better. But yeah, I set my lights. Like I have a pink light right here, a blue light right there, and then obviously the desk light right here. But yeah, I basically made the lights, all of them blue, but a really, really, really not bright blue. So it was just enough for the webcam to see and just enough for me to go to sleep because I cannot sleep with lights on. So I had to make the lights just super, super low here. And yeah, I don't know. It was actually kind of hard to sleep at first, but once I got to sleep, I was fine. But at first, it was kind of bugging me, but eventually I did fall asleep. So guys, I actually got my webcam from right here and placed it right here, I think. I think I placed it right here. Yeah, okay, yeah, right there. And then basically that's the webcam, and it was just shooting at my bed right there. And I slept, and yeah, that's pretty much how I recorded it. Pretty simple, not too advanced. I don't have a night vision camera, so this is what I had to work with. All right, guys, so I'm gonna have this pulled up on my monitor, okay? I'm gonna...
What? Yeah. What? Yeah.
Just pulled up on my monitor, and you guys are gonna see the moment that happened. Guys, make sure to drop a like for this. This is just like something I've never done before, and I'm really happy to learn this thing. And it's just so weird. It's just really weird. So yeah, make sure to drop a like, and let's just get right into it. Okay, guys, here we go. So right around here, I think I actually fell asleep around 3 a.m. It's 3:05 a.m. right now. I actually started this at like 1:47. Wait, where am I? I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm checking the camera or something. But yeah, I'm kind of skipping through. Okay, there's me right there. I go on my phone at one point. I think I'm on my phone right now. Yeah, okay, so I'm on my phone right there. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep going here. So I think I'm actually asleep right now. Yeah, and nothing happens around 3:30. Now, I know in FaZe Rug's video around 3:28 or so, 3:30, stuff started happening, and I was thinking maybe stuff was gonna happen around 3:30 or so, but nothing really happened besides me just kind of like normally sleeping how I do, okay? But the thing is, you know, I'm sleeping, but then something happens over here, right here, okay, guys? 4:03. Let me just press the space bar, and then it's going to play, and you're gonna see what happens. So this actually had me laughing, but also got a little freaked out. But let me just play it. So guys, I don't know if you're gonna notice this, but look, did you guys see that? What? I get up and then I put my arm behind it. 4:04. What is that? What is that? I put my arm like I'm resting my head. Like I'm resting my head on my arm. That is so weird. Who does that when they sleep? I guess I do. I didn't even know I did this. Like what? I don't know how that's comfortable. Like what? And the freaky
Scan. Thinking it was a leak, he grabbed some tools and went to fix it. He said I had to crawl inside the cabinet. As I did so, I discovered that I just continued, so I kept crawling farther and farther into the cabinet. In the end, I found a tunnel and I saw light, and then I got there, I realized I was in the future. Leviticus claimed that he traveled the year 2042, where he met his future 70-year-old self. recorded this video on his mobile phone. Motivus says he talked with his future self about only things he would know. And they compare tattoos. He goes on to say, I don't care if people think I'm a liar. I know I'm not. Scam. Time traveler.
Let me first start out by saying that most of you are not going to believe what I'm about to say. That's fine. I'm not trying to convince everyone that what I'm saying is true. I'm simply trying to speak to those of you who will listen. Now, you've probably seen those old photos of people supposedly
Is it
talking
okay rolled
about
up or down? You don't care.
cell phones. Some have claimed this to be proof of time travel. It's not. These devices are actually hearing aid instruments. With that being said, time travel is soon going to exist. You may live to see it. I was born 3 years before the first time machines began being tested. They started out dangerous and unreliable, only used by the government. Eventually, independent hackers figured out how to build them. I have been recruited by an independent agency to spread the message that our world is a fragile one. Your children and your grandchildren will not have the same amount of resources that you do. The Mars colonization program was only semi-successful, as few people want or have enough money to move there. The world I was born in has become extremely overpopulated. I was born in 2026.
They time travel at 1 sec per sec.
Time travel. The ability to go back and forth to the past and the future is something most of us think of as impossible. Yet, if you saw our video, Mysterious Cases of Time Travel That Cannot Be Explained, then you know there are many strange questions surrounding this whole issue, especially when it comes to celebrities. So, sit back and take in these famous stars who we're pretty sure have some previous experiences they're leaving off their resumes. Either that or they are just really awesome doppelgangers. You can be the judge. Jimmy Fallon. It's a well-known technique that if you want to hide, sometimes the best place is in plain sight. In this particular case, network television is the hiding spot. Turkish revolutionary Mahir Kayan must have believed in this technique. Kayan was confirmed killed in 1972. But was he? Or did he travel into the future and take up another alias, becoming one of the biggest names in the business under the alias of Jimmy Fallon? Orlando Bloom. If you've seen any of the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, or the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, then you are more than familiar with the work of Orlando Bloom. The 39-year-old actor is a hot commodity right now. In fact, looking back in history, it appears Mr. Bloom has always been involved with the arts. Take a look at Romanian painter Nicolae Grigorescu. This picture was taken in 1860, but looks like some sort of photoshopped hoax involving a certain actor who played an arrow-firing elf in Middle-earth. Sylvester Stallone. This Hollywood writer and director is best known for his roles as John Rambo and Rocky Balboa. Tough characters known for dishing out punishment while nearly dying themselves. Let's add Pope to that list of roles. Why? Well, someone at the Vatican discovered a work by Raphael that depicts Pope Gregory IX. While that's pretty neat, we guess that what's bigger news is that the painting looks suspiciously like Stallone. Coincidental doppelganger, or did Gregory tire of the boring Vatican life and travel ahead to become the action star we know today? Nicolas Cage. He's had a long and successful career. Perhaps too long if you think about it. It's all so strange. We thought Nicolas Cage was born in 1964 in Long Beach, California. However, a picture has surfaced which suggests he lived in Bristol, Tennessee in the mid-19th century. While little is known about this man, we wonder if he was an actor as well. Of course, there is a suggestion that this means Nick Cage is an immortal vampire. But let's not open that can of worms. Justin Timberlake. Someone is bringing sexy back. Way back. While we know him as a former boy band member and internationally famous recording artist, is it possible Justin Timberlake has a very old and well-hidden secret? This picture is of an unnamed convict from the 19th century and sure does look a lot like a former member of NSYNC. What better strategy than to time travel away from your criminal past and take up the role of a super rich and successful singer? Maggie Gyllenhaal. Rose Wilder Lane was an American writer, journalist, and founding member of the libertarian movement in America. She was the daughter of Laura Ingalls Wilder, a famed author who wrote The Little House on the Prairie. Lane died in 1968. Or did she? Perhaps tired...
Do you remember that red... Do you remember seeing me with that? Those red dots, it was like a rash, and I had a water rag on them? Look now. It grows. I look like a snake about to peel, don't I? Pretty gross, isn't it?
Of writing, Lane opted to try her hand at acting. Enter Maggie Gyllenhaal. Obviously, the two look very similar, but even their life stories have some similarity. The daughter of famous filmmakers, Gyllenhaal, like Lane, worked with her parents to help her career. Shia LaBeouf. Let's face it, actor Shia LaBeouf has a bit of a track record for being eccentric or just plain weird. He's done some strange roles, wore a paper bag on his head, and made some strange remarks about seagulls at a press conference. His strange behavior might worry some, but not us. That's because we've uncovered this picture of a younger Shia many years ago when he went by the name Albert Einstein. Okay, this may be a coincidental likeness, but it would explain the behavior. After all, geniuses are known to act strangely. We'll know for sure if LaBeouf produces any crazy physics formulas in the upcoming years. Everyone knows who John Travolta is. For 40 years, he's appeared on the big and small screen, putting in memorable performances in productions like Grease and Pulp Fiction. In fact, Travolta's breakout role was in the movie Saturday Night Fever, which used the Bee Gees song Stayin' Alive. That may be more than a coincidence, since this picture from the 1860s suggests Travolta's been staying alive for quite some time. Time traveler, doppelganger, or proof that this Scientologist belief in reincarnation is spot on. Hank Azaria. Whether you've seen him on television or heard one of his many voices on The Simpsons, chances are you are familiar with the work of Hank Azaria. The 52-year-old is extremely versatile. We just had no idea how far that ability actually went. You see, this photographic evidence suggests that Azaria was once known as Rudolf Steiner, an Austrian philosopher instrumental in the development of today's Waldorf schools. Coincidentally, Steiner died at the age of 64 and Azaria was born in 1964. What more proof could you possibly need? So, what do you think of these mysterious time-traveling celebrities? Let us...
Animals that are
Animals are going extinct every day, and while it is a tragedy, it has been a fact of life for millions of years. In reality, there are some animals that we might not have survived had the species survived. Here are 10 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. Guess what? We have another quiz for you. Keep watching to find out what it is, and as usual, the answer with the most votes will get pinned to the top. Are you ready? Also, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make the richest part of your life by subscribing to our channel. Caprosuchus. If a T-Rex and a crocodile had a baby, that is what the Caprisuchus looks like. It looks like a crocodile, but it has long legs and it can run. There's a guarantee that you wouldn't be able to outrun this guy. Its name means boar croc, and it has been nicknamed as such, not to be confused with man-bear-pig. This animal lived during the late Cretaceous, so it went extinct when a mass extinction happened about 66 million years ago. Megalodon. If you think the massive sharks in the Sharknado franchise are ridiculous, then wait until you meet the Megalodon. This massive animal grew to about 50 feet long, and one tooth was the size of a human. This terrifying animal lived for 14 million years, feasting on meat, until it went extinct about 2.5 million years ago. Given that it makes a great white shark look puny, we're definitely glad to not have these guys around anymore, because the ocean would be off limits. Andrewsarchus. No, this isn't the dinosaur version of your friend Andrew. In fact, it isn't a dinosaur or reptile at all. It's a mammal. It lived during the Middle Eocene epoch and lived in an area that we now consider to be Inner Mongolia, China. According to researchers, the Andrewsarchus is the mammalian equivalent of a velociraptor, meaning that it ate pretty much everything, especially meat. They are terrifying looking and would eat you in a heartbeat. Ironically, it is believed that their descendants are goats and sheep, which we eat and harvest. Pulmonoscorpius. If you don't like scorpions, then you'll be really glad that these guys are extinct. The Pulmonoscorpius looked like your typical scorpion with claws in the front and a massive stinger on its tail. But for this creature, it was over 70 centimeters long. It lived during the Visaean epoch of the Carboniferous, and its fossils were found in Scotland, of all places. Mega piranha. Regular piranhas cause a bit of trouble, and you definitely don't want to be in the water with them. But what if we told you that there existed something much worse? Enter mega piranha. These guys were anywhere between 71 to 128 centimeters long and lived during the late Miocene period in Argentina. Thanks to fossils, scientists were able to figure out the tooth patterns of this fish, but the rest of the body is unknown at this time. Quiz time! If you could choose any one of these animals to replace your car, which one would you choose and why? Camarasaurus. Camarasaurus looks like something from Clash of the Titans with a dunce hat. However, this kraken-like creature was about 9 to 12 meters long, and it lived during the Ordovician period. So it existed about 470 million years ago. With something that large, it's a guarantee that the creature's tentacles were nothing to mess around with. Helicoprion. What's scarier than a shark? Oh, just a shark with a circular saw in its lower jaw. For real, have you gotten a good look at this thing? The Helicoprion lived about 290 million years ago and even survived a mass extinction event. It eventually went extinct about 240 million years ago. Along with a saw in its mouth, it is believed that it was 9 to 13 feet long. Imagine if the Helicoprion lived today, we would have a decent amount of fish life extinct because of this guy. Gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus went extinct about 100,000 years ago, and it is the largest ape that has ever lived. If this animal hadn't gone extinct, he would be considered to be Bigfoot. He was believed to be about 10 feet tall and weighed about 1,100 pounds, and lived in the tropical forests of China for about 9 million years. Researchers believe that this extinction of Gigantopithecus is the perfect example of why bigger is not better. Titanoboa. Indiana Jones wasn't a fan of snakes, and so it's a good chance that he would have hated the Titanoboa. This extinct snake was so big that it feasted on crocodiles. It was about 40 feet long, and it lived about 60 million years ago in the warm water of the tropics. Did we mention that they weighed about 2,500 pounds and they killed their prey with constriction? Yeah, we're glad they're extinct. Terror birds. Terror birds were just that, terrifying. Back in the prehistoric days, everything was bigger. They preyed on animals that were smaller than them, like horses. The terror birds were about 9 feet tall and weighed about 330 pounds. These flightless, carnivorous birds that had feet like a T-Rex could break bones with a single step. They lived in South America for about 60 million years before going extinct about 2.5 million years ago, around the time man came into the picture. So, which terrifying animal did you...
Okay. 10 sea creatures discovered after tsunamis.
The world's oceans are some of the most mysterious areas we know about today. We don't know about every creature that lives in the ocean depths and how they've been affected by us. Discoveries are now being made and the results are unexpected. Here are 10 creepy sea creatures discovered after the Japanese tsunami. We got a quiz for you, so stay sharp and pay special attention. Remember to answer in the comments, and the winning comment with the most upvotes, plus being the most clever, will get pinned to the top and receive a shout out in a future video. If this is your first time with us, then we welcome you with open arms and invite you to stick around by clicking on that beautiful red subscribe button.
No.
Unidentified mass. After the tsunami in 2011, a survivor managed to get this shot of this unidentified mass that turned up on the beach. The mass looked like a whale-type creature, but locals were afraid to get close to it. From some angles, the creature looked like a boulder, while others believe it could be blubber from a decomposing whale. Either way, it doesn't have any features that look comfortable, and it creeped out everyone who saw it. Ghost fish? In this disturbing video shot during the tsunami, a white creature can be seen jumping into a tree as the flood waters rise. Then it seems to get back into the water, then jumps out into the air and turns into a mist, all as if it was trying to get to a safe place. Because the video quality isn't the greatest, many have arguments as to what the creature is. Saber-toothed sardine. Just days after the tsunami in March 2011, images of a bizarre-looking creature emerged in a video posted online. According to the description, this creature washed up on shore after the tsunami. Looking at it, it looks like a combination of a dog and a fish with sharp teeth and brown scales. It's not as big as some of the photographed angles imply, but it is still a fascinating find despite accusations of forgery. Mutant. One of the most affected areas of Japan during the tsunami was the Fukushima nuclear power plant. Between the earthquake and the subsequent tsunami, the plant had a nuclear disaster and people had to be evacuated from the region. However, the sea life couldn't evacuate, and it seems that it has resulted in mutated fish. In this photo, a man caught a disturbing-looking fish that seems to have no teeth, a large head, and a smaller body. It is a creature that hasn't been discovered previously, showing us that we still have much to find in the ocean. Living in a skiff. After the tsunami, about 5 million tons of debris were pummeled into the Pacific Ocean. Thanks to the ocean currents, the debris made rounds all over the world. So who's to say that there weren't any fish that maybe took refuge? In 2013, live fish were found in a skiff that turned up on the west coast of the United States. Of the 5 fish...
In a world of CGI and Photoshop, it's hard to believe a lot of what we see today. That said, every now and then a video or picture surfaces of some type of creature which looks like it could be very real. From grainy footage of an alien-like being in the distance to bizarrely mutated beasts. If seeing is believing, then that means there are quite a few creatures on this planet that we did not learn about in school. Just like school, we're going to have a pop quiz for you, so pay attention and prepare to get creative because we want to hear your answers and reward the best one by pinning it. Unlike some of the creatures we're going to see, you have fingers and thumbs, which we'd like you to use to tap or click that subscribe button. Once you're done, it's on with the show.
No.
Portuguese hoax. When images of a strange creature walking in the wilderness of Portugal hit the internet, people started talking. Naturally, quite a few commentators wrote this off as a hoax. Others, however, questioned whether this was some sort of Bigfoot-like creature or even a European version of the famed Chupacabra. Whatever it is with its long arms and ghoulishly pale skin, this unidentified creature has us rethinking our afternoon hike in the woods. Weird walkers. Our next mysterious creature has made two separate appearances. Spotted in both Fresno and Yosemite, people have dubbed these odd-looking things as the night crawlers, or Fresno aliens. Security camera footage taken during the night is bizarre indeed. Looking like the lower half of a person, images of the white creatures have puzzled quite a few people. An elaborate hoax? Proof of aliens or some super rare animal we've never seen before? If it is real, how do they eat without arms and heads? So many questions and so few answers. The creature of Jodhpur. In the Indian city of Jodhpur, one group of people got quite the surprise while digging a well. Buried in the dirt was some sort of strange creature. Once fully excavated and washed off, this mysterious thing was held up and photographed for all the world to see. Humanoid in appearance, whatever this is, it only has 4 fingers, no thumbs, and a rather alien-looking head. From a mutated farm animal to some sort of undiscovered subterranean species, everyone has their own idea about what this creature actually is. Alien pigs. Okay, so we're pretty sure this is a pig. How do we know? Because Chinese farmer Tao Lu admitted that one of his pigs had given birth, and this is what came out. Villagers flocked to his farm to take pictures of this rather mutated looking creature. Sure, generally it looks like a pig until you get to the face. Amazingly, this creature lived for a while until its mother rejected it. We guess it didn't have a face that only its mother could love. Meanwhile, in the Gulf of Mexico, fishermen, researchers, and oil companies are all busy at work in the Gulf of Mexico. Given all the attention, it was only a matter of time until we crossed paths with something as strange as this. Captured on camera over 3,000 feet below the surface, this find had a few people scratching their heads. With a weird paper-like body and reddish round part at the front, this is one weird find. Experts are pretty sure it's a type of super rare jellyfish. Given it's only ever been seen a few times, we think it's deserving of a mention here. Okay, so as long as we haven't chased you off with some freaky pics and far-out footage, we have a question. From Bigfoot to Nessie to the Chupacabra, which creature from myth or folklore would you choose to keep as a pet? Can't decide? Well, maybe the following strange animals will help inspire you. Man-bear pig? If you watch South Park, then you know all about Man-Bear Pig, the fictitious creature which is comically described as half man, half bear, half pig. Well, it turns out the creators of the show may not have been that far off. You see, in China, a rather bizarre creature was pulled from a polluted river. The hairless animal had huge claws, no hair, and was able to chew through a metal cage as if it was made of Twizzlers. Definitely a strange creature. Some people thought it was a type of bear, while others thought it was a type of pig. Interestingly, no one thought it was part man. Bigfoot. You just knew we had to have at least one image or video clip supposedly showing the ever-popular Bigfoot. When researchers found an eagle's nest in northern Michigan, they set up a camera to record everything. They possibly caught more than they had intended. For a brief period, the camera also captured a large, dark figure walking on the ground below the nest. Definitely not a bear, the mysterious figure is said to be some proof of Bigfoot. Others have said it's simply a person wandering the forest below. We're not entirely sure, so we'll leave that one up to you to decide. Tsunami creature. In 2011, Japan experienced a devastating earthquake, resulting in an equally terrible tsunami which struck the island nation. All over the internet, you can find footage of the water crashing inland. However, one piece of footage stands out. Taken by one onlooker, analysis afterwards showed some sort of unidentified creature emerging from the water and running up onto nearby buildings. A piece of plastic, a puff of smoke. If you look closely, it moves like a cat trying to get up and out of the water, only that is no cat. Greek sea monster. Looking for a vacation spot? Then head on over to Greece. You can take in the sun, see all the old buildings, eat the food, and if you're lucky enough to catch a glimpse of whatever this thing is. When a tourist snapped pictures inside a darkened tunnel on the island of Corfu, he had no clue what he had captured until he examined them later. Shockingly, he was greeted with some sort of animal that looks like it could be a hippo, whale, and dolphin all rolled into one. Think of it like the man-bear pig of the seas. Tasmanian tiger. Sometimes you can just look at a picture or video and know 100% that it's fake. Like for instance, this image taken in Zambia, which reportedly shows some sort of Dementor-like creature flying overhead. Yup, so fake. Then there's a video and picture evidence from Australia that shows a rather strange but very real creature. Cameras were set up and captured this unidentified animal. Nonetheless, when experts looked, they immediately thought it could be a Tasmanian tiger. With the telltale stripes and right size, this is indeed a big mystery, because the last known Tasmanian tiger died over 80 years ago. Alright, so, have you finalized your answer and decided which creature?
Okay, this is called Unexplained Mysteries in the Sky Cotton Candy.
I have a pen.
I have an apple. Oh, apple pen. I got the pen. I got the hat. Oh, pin pineapple. Apple pen. Apple pen. Pin pineapple.
Hi everyone. There are many mysteries and inexplicable phenomena in the world, and we could spend all our life looking for answers and won't find anything. For example, the sky. The internet is full with enigmatic photos and videos, from strange glowing lights to weirdly shaped clouds. Some people feel amused by these things, others are afraid. But surely no one stays indifferent. That's why today we're going to show you truly unexplainable mysteries in the sky caught on tape. Let's get it on.
Okay guys, I'm gotta leave. Hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe and leave a comment.